It's Barbara. It is Sunday, April 26th, maybe. Nobody's birthday. I think I've told you this story a gajillion times, but almost everybody in my family, including the in-laws, are born on the 26th of the month. My daughter isn't. I'm not. My one brother isn't. But my son and my brother were born on September 26th. My father and my first granddaughter were born on August 26th. Sammy was born on the 12th. My mother was born on October 26th. My daughter-in-law was born on November 26th. My sister was born on February 26th. My sister-in-law was born on July 26th. Oh, yeah, June or July. And my brother-in-law, who has since passed, was born on June or July 26th. So anyway, every time a 26th comes, I'm like, okay, whose birthday am I missing? But not April. I slept last night. I figured out the secret. I signed up for an online poker training site last night because I seem to be playing poker and I want to get my skills up a little bit. I mean, I'm playing against people in Pennsylvania for $3 a tournament, so, you know, my pool of people, not that I don't think Pennsylvanians are smart, I do, but the pool is so small. And $3 is very small compared to what you can play in poker. But I would still like to get better. So I signed up for a training site, and basically the way these work is you have either people are playing online poker tournaments and you can see their screen and they explain why they're doing what they're doing and how they're thinking about the people and that kind of stuff. And the one guy I watched last night was not playing in real time, so he could pause and talk about what was going on the two screens. Sometimes, you know, people are talking, doing that commentary at the same time they're playing, which is also kind of interesting because then, you know, they don't have very long to make a decision, and so that's kind of interesting. The other way is the one that put me to sleep was a guy who was, it was kind of like a lecture, and he had set up, you know, example hands to explain why how to think about it, you know, okay, now that he's bet this much, now what range of cards do you think he would have based on how he's played this hand so far and that kind of stuff. Well, by 11 o'clock, I couldn't keep my eyes open. And lately, I've been, you know, it's been like 1:30, 1:45, and I'm like, come on, Barb, I know you're not sleepy, but you got to get in bed sometime, you know. So that was fun. So I shut everything down. I told Dennis good night. I went upstairs. It still took me over an hour to fall asleep. But I slept pretty well. Unfortunately, I stayed in bed till 9:30. Well, I was sleep deprived from all those days I didn't sleep. So maybe if I fall asleep at 11 o'clock tonight, I'll get up at 7:30 instead of 9:30. That would be great. I'm not, you know, if I have to sleep till 9:30, I'll sleep till 9:30. It's not like I'm going anywhere. So, follow up on the donut situation. The second day donuts had a mixed review. I'm glary, so I'm taking this off since I'm not reading anything except the time on the camera phone. So the day-old donuts had a mixed review. I did not like them, and I put some of Dennis's ganache on. I put a little of my white on, you know, so it was kind of like black and white. It was nice and sweet. The toppings were delicious, but I did not like the donut the next day. And, you know, I told you yesterday that, you know, even though this grease had been used for wings and bacon, you couldn't tell. I felt like I could tell day 2. And they weren't crispy anymore, and that could have been my fault for keeping them covered. Maybe I should have put them in like in a plastic bag. But I like those old-fashioned cake donuts. I like them to be a little crispy on the edges, you know. I do like crispy. On the other hand, Dennis liked them well enough to have, I think he had 2 of them. And then he was mad at himself because he had 2 of them. So, you know, I said, well, I don't like the donuts. Do you want to eat? Are you going to eat the rest? He's like, no. So I can't do that. So I threw away the donuts. There were only 3 left. Find out from Dennis's mother what she thought of the day-old donuts, because I gave her 4, so she has had some. Now she's not in the least picky about anything, so I'm sure she's, you know, waste not, want not, so she won't throw them away. But you know how people were told when they were kids, teenagers, you know, clean your plate. People are starving in China. It was China when I was younger. It changes over the years as the starvation areas of the world change. But anyway, my mother, on the other hand, said, Barb, the garbage disposal needs it worse than you do. In other words, if you eat something that's not good for you, in the end, it's more wasteful than if it went in the garbage. Which, you know, if you're trying to lose weight, it's something to think about. You know, I don't want to waste food. Well, if it's going into your body and your body doesn't need it, it's being wasted. If it's not nutritious and your body doesn't need it, if it's too much, then it's not being wasted. If it goes in the garbage, because it's being wasted if it goes in you and doing damage. So anyway, little homespun, unusual advice from my mother, who is a very, very smart woman. I'm going to say still is. I don't think the fact that she has dementia means that she's not still smart. She just can't remember. But she was a very smart woman. So I take her advice. I gave that advice in my Weight Watchers class when I was a Weight Watchers leader. So anyway, so those donuts went in the trash. Now the cookies were also a mixed success. Cooked cookies. Now these are white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. You know, people in the United States can get them Pepperidge Farm. I don't know how available they are other places, but it's like a chocolate chip cookie. In fact, it was the chocolate chip cookie recipe for chocolate chips and pecans, and we switched white chocolate and macadamia nuts to make a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie, which we like. And Dennis made the white chocolate. He works with chocolate all the time. He works with dark chocolate all the time. He buys his chocolate in 5-kilo hunks, and this is completely unsweetened chocolate. And he does all kinds of stuff with it. He's a big chocolate guy. He was born in Hershey, and so he claims chocolate heritage. Hershey, Pennsylvania, where a lot of America's chocolate has been made and is still being made. So he works with chocolate all the time. Now, white chocolate is completely different than dark chocolate, because white chocolate is just cocoa butter. It doesn't, you know, so it acts completely differently. And so he did a lot of experimenting to figure out how to make me white chocolate, because I really like white chocolate. And lately he has kind of perfected that. I mean, he's made some really delicious white chocolate, little white chocolate bars, and he made a really yummy white chocolate with peanuts in it. So he wanted white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. So we made the batter for that day before yesterday, but had to be in the fridge, and so we didn't cook them up until yesterday. And he was concerned because the melting point for white chocolate is much lower than the melting point for dark chocolate. So he was afraid that all the white chocolate would just spread out and melt away and whatever in the cookies. And he wants to be able to bite into a chunk of white chocolate in the cookie. Well, he was correct. There are no more chunks of, and I put kind of largish chunks in there. There are no more chunks of white chocolate in those cookies. But the white chocolate didn't just dribble out and go all over and make a mess. The white chocolate spread all into the cookies. So the cookies are very, very buttery, rich, full, because white chocolate is nothing but oil of one kind or another, and flavor. So those cookies are so delicious. So what we have are delicious, melt in your mouth, buttery cookie with some macadamia nuts in it. And so Dennis is disappointed because he wanted to be able to bite into the white chocolate. And he's got some ideas for next time. Maybe put the, when the cookies come out of the oven, they're very soft. And they have to sit for 2 hours before you can eat them. Because they're made with fake sugar rather than real sugar, because we're keto. And that fake sugar takes a while to sort of harden back up to make, or otherwise the cookies just fall apart. So his idea for next time is to just actually stick the white chocolate in when they come out of the oven hot. While they're cooling, just stick some white chocolate in them. And so then when you eat the cookie, there will be chunks of white chocolate. My plan for those cookies are put half of the white chocolate chips in before we cook them and the other half after, because I really like. So anyway, so we have a batch of cookies that he's not happy with that I'm loving. And so I have to freeze them. A lot of them, or I'll eat too many. So that's how the cookies and the donuts came out. So there are no more donuts in the house. Oh, that's not true. We did freeze one the day we made the cookies. Dennis put one in the freezer because we were wondering, because the batch was so big, we knew we couldn't eat the cookies in the time frame. I mean, the donuts in the, in the time frame that they could possibly be good, even if they were good. In my opinion, the next day, they're not going to be good 5 days later. So we do have one in the freezer, which at some point we will take out to find out if you freeze them on the first day, how do they respond to that? So we shall see. Daily weather report. It is raining. It is dreary and rainy. Our house is going to be a mud pit. I'm wearing my Monte Rosa by Isabel Kraemer. It's soft and cozy because it's very dreary out today. So that's the news. I'm not sure what the other big news is we hung clothes on the line yesterday. It was a beautiful day, and we did 2 loads of clothes and dried them on the clothesline. And that was so much fun. I love to dry clothes on the clothesline. They smell so good. But not today. We're rainy today, so Pearl's got a squeaker. So that was the big news yesterday. And then I slept pretty well after my poker training site put me to sleep. So that's good. And if I learn my poker a little bit better, and I sleep every night. That'll be great. A couple of you mentioned CPAP machines. I'm very resistant to that. I'm not exactly sure why. My sister has one, and it has helped her a lot. But I don't snore. I really don't think I have sleep apnea, and I am quite sure that I would never fall asleep with that mask on my face. I'm just sure I won't. Dennis has gone from being a snorer to not snoring anymore. So his sleep has changed a lot since he's lost weight. So that's very interesting. So I'm just going to assume I don't have sleep apnea because I just don't. Magical thinking, perhaps. I don't know. So I have you to complain about my sleep every day. Why would I worry about it? You know? Anyway, so I'm feeling better today. The girls are rowdy in here. I don't know if you can see them. There they are. Time to vacuum again. I hope you didn't see anything. I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see what you could see. So I think tomorrow. I think those lime buds are opening tomorrow. Or today, later, I'm guessing. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope things are calm and safe and healthy where you are. I hope you have time to craft, do things to soothe your soul. I did work on my boxy a little bit yesterday. And I have some mail to mail. I have a couple packages to send off, and behold, I need to wrap it in Christmas paper and get a Christmas card and send it to Rich with a note to Christiana what she needs to do to finish it. Anyway, so that'll be it for me today. I hope you are healthy and happy and doing okay in this crazy time. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane.